Hello, everybody. I'm Donna, and if you don't know me, that's my name. If you do know me, you know who I am. So I would like to talk about the times I've injured myself, or yeah, pretty much that. So my first story is that when I first was on roller skates, and when I was wearing them and using them, I was actually really down the block. And for some reason, I was on someone else's side of their property. I don't know. It's like at the edge of the property, kind of. But anyway, so I was on there roller skating, and I don't think it was the place that I was supposed to do it because it's not a road or anything. So when I was on it, I fell. So I actually must have fell on my arm. It was actually my left. And I remember having to go back home. I had to wear that for the whole school year. And it wasn't fun. Even though it was my left, but I am a righty. So that's good. I was able to write, but it's just not fun wearing a cast at times. So that's one of my stories that has happened to me. And my other story, this one has to do with me right in front of my house, and I was using a razor scooter, and you know how kids can be with not wearing shoes. So yeah, I wasn't wearing shoes at all, and I was just riding my scooter, and somehow someone must have threw a Yoo-hoo bottle when they were walking by, and it must have broken to pieces because I stepped in it, and the glass was in my foot. And I do have proof that I have a scar there. And it was the worst experience ever because I was not pleased with having to see the red coming out of my foot. So anyway, my mom had to bring me to the hospital. I was scared to death because I'm a kid, and I was getting stitches, and I can just remember I had 14 stitches on my foot. And where it is on my foot, it's a little hard to notice, but I will actually pull a picture. Well, can't really pull up a picture, but I will show you. Let's see if I can bring it down and zoom in, maybe. Oh yes, we can zoom in. You see this right here? This brownish look? That's my scar. And with that scar, it is there for the rest of my life. But, no one can't really see it unless they do a pedicure on my feet. Somehow they can see it. But other than that, that's one of my stories. And I have another one. So my other one is when I was about 9-10 years old. Me and my friend were fooling around on my bunk bed. Well, just mine and my sister's, but me and my friend were fooling around on the bunk bed, and the fence bar thing that's up there is not very secured at the time, and it fell off, and that's when I fell off. And I thought maybe I just sprained it or something, or I'm just I just fell on it somehow. And I also had a rug burn on my forehead, which you can't really see any of that scarring from it because it's a rug burn. Depends how bad it is. So wasn't that bad, and my fall, it was pretty bad because my arms were burst, and so I I had to pretty much let my mom know, and she had to come right in and give me like a ice pack or something. I don't remember what she did, but I had to like sit like this, laying down. I had to slip on the bottom now because I can't use my arms, so I'm like this, and then I'm like this until if it's still like hurts or whatever and I can't move them. And it was my both wrists that I broke. Coming to find out, I broke. So I had 2 broken wrists. I had to deal with this for the whole summer. So I had to wear plastic shopping bags over my arms in order to swim. And I had to go like this the whole time if I want to swim. So that really sucked. So I had to deal with that. And yeah, it was pretty bad. There was a time that, of course, I'm living here and it happened here. So I was about to go and close the sliding door, and at the time that we had these doors for like 3 years, and they're very old doors that we had, but good thing we finally got different doors because these ones will not be an issue because they're brand spanking new, because they had to update it because of how old they are and how heavy they could be. Excuse me. So when I was about to close the door, and of course I just got my nails done, and at the time I was doing acrylics, so I just got my nails done, and when I went to close the door, my pinky was in the way, and I cracked where in my nail with the fake nail, because it's bleeding and bleeding and it's bleeding, and it hurt pretty bad. That I went to urgent care because it was like hurting so bad. It was bruised, it was swollen, and I had to go to the urgent care and check it out and see what am I supposed to do about this. So they told me that I had to put a little cast on my pinky, and at the time I was working at Walmart when this happened, and so I had to wear that, and I had to try to be careful not to jam it because, well, the reason why they want me to put a cast on so I didn't jam it. So if I had that little cast on, even though I felt the pain, it hit into it, and I try not to, but it's good that I don't wear acrylics anymore, and these are mine. These are like my real nails. So anyways, there's that story. So now I have another story. This one has to do with my first injury, meaning breaking bones or whatever, but this has been since maybe like 8-7 years ago that I have not been injured in that long, I would say, because I don't know, maybe it was a little longer than that has been. But anyway, so this one was more recent. This is more like on the job, not like working on the job, but I was, clocked out. I was actually clocked out, so it wasn't like on the job, but it's where I was working, or where I am working. But I was going down the stairs, and I did have different shoes on, and I was walking down the stairs, and somehow I missed like at least 1 or 2 steps on the staircase. I missed it, and I fell. So like it skipped that many, and I fell, and it landed like this really hard that I could not get up, I could not move it, and I couldn't walk. I couldn't walk, I couldn't stand, I couldn't do anything. I was on the ground, so much pain. And so I had a few people I worked with help me, and they had to like see if someone could grab me like a wheelchair that's meant for the pool area. Well, it's more for the Y. So like it just was the only thing for me to sit in and, you know, roll myself out. And so I had to go to urgent care right away because it was bad, because my foot was starting to swell up. And when I went and found out with x-rays and stuff and found out what was wrong, it was a sprain. And that's what they said, it was a sprain. And so, you know, I was trying to keep up with what the urgent care people told me to do and stuff, and I was keeping up with it, and so it wasn't really going away. It actually happened in last August, we'll say last year, in August it happened, and I've had this type of pain with trying to walk for about about 5 months. I've had this pain still. And I did stay out of work for maybe almost a week because I couldn't go to work. I had to be in a foot boot brace and try resting it, try doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And when I came back, you know, I was still trying the process of walking and limping still a little bit. But I didn't have to be on crutches either because that's what I was using. I can't work when I'm on crutches and stuff. So then after that, I couldn't really understand why this pain wasn't going away. So I went back to urgent care to ask them if they can see if there's anything wrong. And they say that there is, what was there? There was a broken piece of my bone or something that is keeping it, or something that's broken in my foot. So I'm like, it's not like so much pain that I can't move with my foot at all. It's just, that's why I'm like limping and stuff. And there's something in my foot that's broken, and it's like stabbing in to make pain. So that's what I'm dealing with right now, and I'm trying to do it when I feel like I need to do these stretches, because I feel like when I keep doing it every day, I feel like it just doesn't stick with me to do it every day. So when I feel like I have to do it, I do these stretches and I do these things for my foot to make it all better. But I don't know if that's gonna work. I feel like there needs to be another solution with this situation that I have now, because now I've had this for 5-6 months. And it just, like, if I do certain things with my foot or whatever, it'll like be so painful. So right now I'm trying to like stretch it a bit and stuff so that I can feel better. So I don't know if this is going to be something that needs to be fixed or something, because I can't recommend to go back to that one place that they recommended to me, because, you know, not insurances could really cover for the whole thing at times when I can't afford to pay it. And so there's, with that situation, and that's why I have to suffer with this for now until something can be fixed or done. So there's my other stories that I've told you guys, and I don't know if I really have any other stories. Yeah, I think that's all I got. Alright guys, well, I hope you guys did watch this whole thing. If you have, you will get to hear my thanks. And you guys, go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my videos. Leave a comment if you have any ideas for my channel to post every time. I could even try to post every day. And if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like on my video. I want to thank you, and you guys, you have a good one.